Well, hello, everyone. Yes, I tend to look over here because I see me, and I look over here because I see the chat. So don't mind me if I'm not really looking at you because I'm actually looking. I know you're there, but I want to look here. I want to see baby. I want to see the chat. Ah, I'm cold on my throat. Yes, I'm still sick. Probably worse than I was the other days, but I am hopefully on the road to recovery. If not, I hope soon. So I might have a coughing fit, I might not. We'll just see how it goes. So I see we have a person in the chat. Hello. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to where we're just going to hang out and talk about all kinds of things related to carnivore, keto, diets. It doesn't matter. I thought today would be a good day of just talking about your favorite foods. On whether you're doing carnivore, keto, Mediterranean, it doesn't matter. What is what you would now consider, that comfort food when you're not feeling too good and you just, that go-to meal that you go to when you're not feeling good. Or if you are feeling good and you just want to curl up in a nice blanket and have a good meal. Excuse me. And I've made a couple of good meals the last few days just out of comfort, like some chicken soup, and it was really good, really good. Of course, my always go-to favorite is always going to be bacon and eggs. It's just something that I absolutely love. So, uh, let's see. We got two people in here now. I guess they just want me to do all the talking. I don't mind. If I get laryngitis, I'm sorry. So, yeah, a hot bowl of soup. I've been drinking a lot of broth lately. It's soothing for the throat, you know. So there's always that. Uh, yeah, I feel like I should grab my crocheting and just sit here and enjoy myself until we get some people here, huh? Yeah. Oh, I got some yarn right here, so why not, right? Even though this is our carnivore part, not the crocheting part of the channel. Ah, so that one lonely person is still in here. I hope you're doing good. Whoever you are, I hope you're doing good. Yeah. I was going to go out for breakfast this morning, but the car would not. The battery's dead in the car. Boo hoo. Uh, I was just willing to go because my husband was so eager to want to go out to breakfast. So I was like, okay, let's do this. uh, but we didn't end up going. Woe is me. Right? Woe is me. Oh, we got another person in here. Hello. I thought we'd sit down and talk about our favorite comfort foods while we're doing this journey of carnivore and keto and or whatever else um, that you find yourself, whether it's the American standard diet, the keto. What's your comfort foods? That's on the table. Um, when I was on, when I was a kid, my favorite was probably like a French toast, or you know, um, my mother used to make this what we called um, O'Brien's goulash, and what that was some fried potatoes and onions and hot dogs and just anything that you had in the house that was like maybe some leftover green peppers or salt. It would just all go into this big, huge frying pan, and then you top it off when everything is cooked with some scrambled eggs, and you mix that all up and fry it. And it was comfort food, and it sounds yucky, I know, but it was the most delicious thing. And I even have my granddaughter, so she absolutely loves it. So there's always that. Still nobody wants to talk, share their comfort food, not one little peep. And now on the carnivore diet, I don't, of course, eat potatoes and all that. I don't do fried potatoes, but one of my comfort foods is, like I said, chicken noodle soup and anything chicken. For dinner tonight, I am going to do some tenderloin cuts, or some boneless meat, chicken meat, and I'm going to cut it up into strips, and I'm going to wrap it up in bacon. And so tonight, I will have some bacon, some chicken wrapped bacon strips, I guess. Is that what you want to call them? Chicken wrapped with bacon, or bacon wrapped chicken strips. I know it's bacon wrapped, that's for sure. Well, now we have three in here. Hello, hello. So we're getting more and more people, but no one's talking with me. So that's on the plate for tonight, one of my comfort foods, because I'm not feeling too good. So I figured, why not cook some of my favorite meals, but make it carnivore. And even though on the American Standard Diet, I would make um, chicken wrapped with bacon strips, why not do it for carnivore? So there's that. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? Glad you could come in. We're just talking about our favorite foods. Anyone willing to share what their favorite food is? It would be nice. No? No? Let's see. What's another one? Another favorite food. I love meatloaf. And I have never made a meatloaf with the carnivore journey or on the carnivore journey, but I am going to make one this week. And, I make meatloaf on the American Standard Diet all the time. But for my birthday this week, I am going to make myself a meatloaf cake. Yeah, people are leaving me. Come on now, come on. What's your favorite food, guys? Don't be shy. Share, share. Do share. Been 9 minutes and no one wants to say a word. Not a word? Anyone? Okay. Let's see, what else can we talk about? Since food is not what anyone wants to talk about, I would have thought everybody would want to share what their favorite food was. But no, I want to know. I want ideas, guys. I want ideas. Everybody has something that's their favorite. But no, all right, so we're 11 minutes into this and nobody wants to share. Come on now, this I'm seeing at least three here, but no. Well, I guess this will be a very short live then if no one wants to hang out and chit chat and do all the things. Yep. Nope, nobody wants to share. It's all right, you don't have to, that's for sure. Oh, so that's a 5 for 5. I'm going to go up to a 6. It's a 6, yes. Okay. So for lunch today, I took some stew meat and I chopped it up, each piece, to little fine little cubes. And then I took some bacon and I chopped the bacon all up into little tiny strips. And I put them all in a frying pan and I fried it up. And I sprinkled it with some pink salt and some pepper and a little bit of garlic, a little bit of onion powder, and just little odds and ends of everything. Just sprinkled some up there and stirred it up. And yeah, it was delicious, guys. It was so good. It really, you know, hit the spot. Even got some left over. So I am going to be having that tomorrow. I ran out of my comfort food of soup. So I might have to make some more soup. So what are your comfort foods? No one wants to share not a single comfort food? Come on now. You must have one. You must all have one. One comfort food now, come on. What is it? Hello, how are you? I'm good. I'm still sick. I got a bad cold. But other than that, I'm good. Nikki! Yay! I was wondering if anyone was going to show up or not. Yeah, I was sitting here talking about comfort foods when you're not feeling good. What are your comfort foods? Mashed potatoes and gravy. Yeah, I used to love that too. That definitely is a comfort food. I've always, when I wasn't feeling good, I always, for some reason, went towards like a soup, a nice little soup. Yeah. Oh, now we're going to start talking about good food. Yeah. Hi, Amy. We're talking about comfort food on the carnivore and keto diet when you're not feeling good, like if you got a bad cold, like what I got right now. So when you're thinking of comfort food when you're not feeling all that great, what are you thinking about? Do you realize we were on the phone for 2.5 hours? Well, Nikki needed to, where her daughter's out of the state right now on traveling. She needed someone to keep her company, so that was nice of you. Yeah, homemade chicken soup. That's where I'm at too. Homemade chicken soup. For a couple of days, that's what I was eating, and I ran out today. Oh, I ought to check that one out because I love chicken soup when I'm not feeling well. I made some, but it was more or less like a with chicken and chicken broth, but I just did it like an egg drop. Cut up some hard boiled eggs, threw that in it, add some bunch of spices. Aw, thank you. Thank you for doing that. Oh, yes, there is a Chinese restaurant in San Antonio. They make the best egg drop soup. Yeah, I love egg drop. Yep, I love them. It's probably because of the Chinese that their egg drop soup is what got me starting it. And that's good. Hung Fung Restaurant on Broadway. My husband and I were supposed to go out for breakfast this morning, and the battery in the car is dead. He wanted to get out of the house for a while. Instead, he got out of the house for a while, but in the garage trying to get the battery charged. So his backup battery charger is also dead because he forgot to plug it in when the last time he used it. So needless to say, we didn't go out this morning. I'll have to try it because Casey and I both love Chinese food. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably not a good place for someone that's on the carnivore diet to go to. I wonder what all they put in their meat. I'll have to investigate that. Because even if I'm just eating meat, I love meat. I can't believe I turned that off, I thought, and it's still coming back on. I guess it doesn't like being turned off. Comfort food. Who else has got a nice comfort food? Might have to do it when not in live chat. Do what? Bacon is comfort. Yes. I have bacon every day. Bacon is my comfort food. If I ever had it where I was sensitive to bacon, I'd cry. I would cry. Be like, no, I don't want to be sensitive to bacon. I don't want to be. Bacon is probably the only reason I could go on carnivore. If you took that away, I would be able to sustain. Yeah, I would have to probably agree because that's something that I have every day. Bacon and eggs. I have it at least one of my meals every day in some form or another. I just get done cooking some bacon. And I'm going to be having bacon for dinner too because I'm going to wrap up some chicken in bacon. And I'm going to throw that in the oven. So I have bacon, whether it's a little bit or, you know, a couple of strips anyway. You figure each piece of chicken is probably going to be at least one strip of bacon. I'll probably have two small strips, maybe three. So, gotta love it. Gotta love it. Uh, well, I like my new shoes. They're very comfy. I still have them on. It was like I didn't even take them off, put my slippers on. And I came back a couple hours ago, and I still have them on my feet. Yes, yes, I have tried potato soup. I have done so many different kinds of soups, but my grandmother used to make potato soup too, and oftentimes what she would do is take and mash up some of her potatoes, and so it was like some of it was mashed, so it would be a thick soup, but then she also chopped up potatoes, so you had chunks of potato in the soup, and then she'd put bacon in it. Yeah, and that's so good with some butter. Oh, sometimes she would use like a salt pork instead of a bacon. Sometimes leftover ham, but it was always potato soup thickened with mashed potatoes, and but you still had chunks in it. It's a very Irish dish, I think. It's possible. It's possible. I know my other grandmother used to make potato soup too, and she's got German. She made a lot of soups too with cabbage and all that type of stuff. Yeah, I'm German and Irish, a mongrel. But I mean, my birth name is Kennedy. How Irish can you get? Yeah, I love cabbage soup. I just a lot of different soups. I've always just thrown things together. Whatever you have in the house, just throw it together. Sometimes I'll even slice up. Well, I used to. I haven't since I've been on the carnivore diet, but slice up some jalapeno peppers and just to give it a little tiny bit of a bite, and add all your other stuff. Even I'll even take tomatoes and chop them up, whole tomatoes, and throw them in a soup just to give it some a little bit of flavor, color. I made a huge pot before going carnivore. I'm giving it away because I froze it. Oh, so are you staying on carnivore forever, or is this just like a 30-day challenge, or what's the story behind? Because I'm doing it probably for at least a year or more, and then go, slide down to ketovore and then keto, maintain with keto. Used to make it for us. It was like cream of potato. She would put ham in it, yep. Cut up chives in it, yep. I hope so. It was a 30-day challenge, but now I'm over 60 days. Wow, cool. Yeah, I've done 6 weeks so far at carnivore. For me, I can go on and on and on. I don't have the cravings any or anything. Every now and again, I crave some salt, and I just go ahead and have some salt. I'll even sprinkle it on my finger and have it if I'm craving it. Garlic and onions. I was keto for 7 years, lost 110 pounds. Yeah, menopause is hitting and feel yuck, so I thought I'd try carnivore. So is it working for you? To me, carnivore heals all things. I just believe in the carnivore diet. I think it's because I had such a great experience last year with it, and I felt so good and was able to get away from. I used to have skin tags, and those went away. I used to have my whole neck and everything used to be covered in skin tags. They're all gone. I think I have like just a couple. I used to have bad rashes and stuff. My elbows have cleared up last year from being on the carnivore. Just a lot of issues. Carnivore just heals. Exhaustion is getting better. Oh, the hot flashes. You know, once you get over once you're on the other side of it, you know how you feel hot all the time? You just, oh my God, I can't wait to be cold. I'm on the other side of that now. And now I'm cold all the time. While everyone else is having hot flashes all around me, like my husband. I swear he's freezing me out of my own house. Didn't have hot flashes. Most things, nothing. You are lucky. Oh, I had them so bad I didn't want to be touched. I have a cyst mass in my abdomen. I'm thinking of doing a fast to see if it can help. It does take care of some cyst mass, though. Oh, wow. Man, I had killer hot flashes. It was awful. I hope going on the carnivore doesn't bring them back, because that would suck. Actually, I think that being on the carnivore last year might have helped me with the hot flashes. Maybe that's why they're gone, or maybe it just gave me that extra push over, so I now freeze instead of have the hot flashes. I slept downstairs with a window open and a fan. Froze my butt off, but at least I didn't have hot flashes. Yeah, isn't that true? I know. I remember those days, Amy. And being in Texas during hot flashes, oh my God, that is such a killer. Because sometimes you walk outside to get to your car, and that heat hits you on top of having hot flashes. It's like double killer. And then you just want the cool air, and oh, double killers. I went into menopause at the age of 53. And at the age of 65, I had a complete hysterectomy. Oh, my dog's going crazy. I don't know if I got company or not. I guess I'm waiting to find out. I'm 49, had a hysterectomy in 2021, partial, so I think I entered early. Ah, okay. Yeah. Let's see, how I think I was about 49, 50 when I hit menopause. No, I think it was earlier than that. Yeah, it must have been about 46, 47. And I swear it lasted so long. I swear it lasted 100 years. It was horrible. You must not live in Texas, Amy. In Texas, no matter what part of the year it is, you can't go downstairs, open a window with a fan, and freeze your butt off. Yeah. Then, hi all. The men are talking. Oh, the men are taking over the cooking. In other words, that are putting what they put together on the grill. So of course they are the only ones who prepared the meal. It was like 45 last night. Ah, nice. You like? Yeah, it was. And you love me. Why is it everyone comes to me when they're hungry? Come on. Come on. I'm gonna do some chicken in a little while. I'll probably be asleep. I gotta work in the morning. Okay. Love you. Love you more. Let's see, what did I miss? So I am here taking a break. That's great. My mother had her hysterectomy in Germany at the age of 30. She went in early menopause. Would she have had, would she have hot flashes should open up the balcony door and freeze everybody out? Sounds like something I would do. No, people don't understand. Men don't understand when you're having a hot flash. Oh my God, it's so bad. I think my daughter's starting to uh, starting into the whole menopause. She's having the like now and again hot flashes, and I'm like, yep. uh, Chuck roast, no water, salt, garlic powder, and onion powder, and 6 tablespoons of butter added in the last hour cooked in the crock pot. 9 hours is excellent on the throat. Oh, heck, that's excellent. No matter what throat. I eat that a lot. I love it. Yeah, so good on a sore throat. My throat. The weird thing is my throat's not sore, but I got a cough. It's in my chest now, and it's in my sinuses, and it just makes me want to keep my eyes closed. It's so weird. It's like I just want to keep my eyes closed. Yeah, it does. Anytime. That's like anytime, night or day. That meal is great, but especially great when you're not feeling good. Even though not adding any water, you end up with yes, you do, because I do that normally, and I'll end up with a bunch of water. I think it too. It's because you're getting that condensation from the steam of cooking it. So a lot of it is natural condensation. Except for, yeah, I put butter in the beginning. Yeah, on the calendar for can you eat tomatoes? I don't eat tomatoes yet, but when I'm doing keto, I do. And it all comes down to too, like, am I adding if I'm making like a big meat dish like in the crock pot, and I very I'm not so strict carnivore that if I took one tomato and cut it up and just threw it in the crock pot, but I don't actually eat the tomato, I'm just eating maybe the cooked juices over time that's watered down. I have no problem with doing that kind of thing on my carnivore, but would I sit down and eat like a half a sliced tomato or something? No. Yeah, yep. It will do that because of the skin and the seeds. Yeah, you have to know your body, you have to learn it and know what to expect. That's one of the things I worry about going to keto. I have to learn all the keto foods too as I'm going to make sure I don't do something that it's going to cause me to have all that pain back again because it's not worth it. I don't want to live my life like that. I might be 100 pounds smaller, 150 pounds smaller, but I still don't want to live in that joint pain again. That was awful. Campbell's used to have a soup called Italian tomato soup. Never heard of that. If you could find it, put a can of tomatoes and roast in a slow cooker and cook it overnight. So good. I used to do that also, like take a can of just diced tomatoes and put it in, or do it with pork too. Take a pork, like a pork butt or anything, and add a can of tomatoes. I don't know, something about the acid just tenderizes. Yeah, the juices tenderize the meat. Yeah, Amy, when I'm cooking bacon, always fry some extra pieces so I can have some. Yeah, I do that too. I always fry extra, and then I put it in the fridge, and I might chop it up, put it in a soup if suddenly I decided to make a soup, or throw it in scrambled eggs, chop it up, or just eat it on the side. Are you wanting attention? Are you wanting attention? She's like, give me attention, give me attention. Yes. Do any pieces of bacon accidentally disappear when cooking them? Yeah, to be honest, my refrigerator, I keep them. I cook up bacon and then I put it in a Ziploc bag with, wrapped in like a paper towel. And believe it or not, that I'll have like 5 or 6 pieces. I'll go back to it the next day and I have one. I'm like, well, thank you for leaving one, whoever you are, whatever ghost you are, because you can ask around. And everyone's like, nope, not me. Nope, not me. Yes, yes. Yeah, this mat has glue all over it for doing crafts. It shows up so well on camera. You don't see it in person, but you can see all that glue. Ooh, it was the bacon ghost. Yeah, it was. I hide the bacon in different places after it's cooked. That's a good idea. I should do that because I have a bacon thief. But no one takes it. No. Oh, you're the only one that eats bacon. You're lucky. I also like cooking up burger meat too. One food I miss being on the carnivore, even though it is a carnivore, is cheese because I really like cheese. So I do miss some cheese. But someone suggested I try and see if after, I'm done being sick, I'm gonna try see if I'm sensitive to like a bigger brick type cheese because they do add things in cheese so that they don't stick to one another when you get them in packages like that. And I could be sensitive to that instead of cheese, even though I'm looking for any reason that I can go back to eat cheese, even though I know I'm sensitive to cheese. I haven't watched one of your driveway walks in a couple of days. How far are you getting? I have been sick for the last few days, so I have not. I've just been going to the short side of my street to the corner and back. I'm not pushing myself at all. Just doing that short walk. and then coming back and using the vibration plate. I've used it the last 2 days. uh, um, it is it's getting easier going to the corner and back. The short corner and back. I don't have to keep stopping and catching my breath. So it's getting a little bit easier. So it's a little bit easier, Cindy. It's a little bit easier. I'm not as breathless as when I'm comparing to the first video. I'm nowhere near that anymore, and I feel much more steadier on my feet, and not so much like I feel like I'm gonna fall over. Um, so there's that. And also, that vibration plate is supposed to help with balance too. So, but I'm sure you have to stand on it for that. I don't know. I have to look it up more. But right now, I'm just so sick that I've been like in between my videos. I'm like resting and sleeping, and this is like taking such a hit on my head. It's like there's so much I want to do for the channel, but I can't get I can't get out of this haze. Cold. It's like a cold haze. Ah, like I'm in a fog because of this cold, and I hate that feeling. I hate that feeling. So I want the cold to get away, get away, get away. I take my vitamin D. I take my vitamin D. I shouldn't get sick. I fix a cheese bread that has Velveeta cream cheese, green onions, and chopped pecans. Oh, that sounds so good. Oh, that's wonderful, bread. Thank you, Cindy. Mhm. Yeah, I hear that too. Yeah, I heard it. I heard it. Aw, you're so special. You're so special. Ouch. Ouch. Oh. Aw. Sorry, I was just someone made a comment on one of my videos, and a viewer, and was very rude. Was very rude, and a viewer. I was gonna remove it, and I thought, no, I'm gonna leave it there because people, even though I don't want negativity on the channel, I thought, you know, sometimes I think I should remove it, but it was just like, I'm not gonna let you bother me. You can be rude all you want. It's not gonna bother me. You have no clue. You're ignorant of everything, and you're just. But someone got after her for me. I have the champion up there, but I just don't like bullies. Bullies are just no place in the world for bullies. I need to get back to fixing the deck table so we can eat without it ending up in our laps. Sometimes I feel like a flyby. Good attitude. Sorry about the negative comments. Hey, Mason. Thank you, Cindy. Yeah, and you have a good afternoon. See you again soon. Hey, Mason. Hello, hello. Velveeta cream cheese with green onions. Ah, sounds so good. Are you feeling better? Yeah. Oh, I wonder how Michelle's doing with her baby. You know, you made it in YouTube when the trolls come out. I know, right? It's like, ah, it's like, come on, bullies, come on, come get, you know. And that was one of the things why I really didn't want to do a YouTube channel because, you know, I'm definitely someone that someone would probably want to pick on, most likely, you know. But you know, it's okay because I figure, you know, no, you're not gonna, no, we're not gonna do that. You go in there, but I am not gonna let it bother me because I have dealt with that type of crap for 65 years. Nothing you can say or do will stun me or bother me or you know. I'll just someone in the chat. I left it in the chat. It was like 2, 3 videos ago. She's done it before, and one of the mods erased her comment. But this time I said, you know what? Let's just put it there so people can actually see how rude people are. And then eventually, once I realized that they're seeing some of these comments in return back, the bullies, then I'll maybe delete it. Because you know they're gonna get the comments, you know, the response. Hi Lisa. Yeah, ignorant and rude. You know, they probably have had life handed to them on a silver platter, you know, or they're hurting really bad and their life is horrible and they need to pick on somebody else. I need to be a better modern and go start checking. Yeah, yeah, it's all right. It's no big deal. I read them all. And that one, it was obvious she was so rude that it was like, no, I'm going to leave that one there because you know people get after her. The reality is, there's ignorant people like that, bullies out there. No, they're not. One of the mods erased a comment or two of hers in the past. She's always had her little comments. Yeah, it might have been Brandy. I know those two read all the comments every morning. And Brandy has given me lectures. Don't you let them bully you. Don't you even comment to them. They are not worth even commenting. Hello, John. Welcome, welcome. We're just all chit chatting. We were talking earlier about, you know, comfort foods. And a lot of us on this journey pick bacon. Bacon has Yeah, I'm not going to. Ah, doing errands. Unfortunately, my dog finds comfort in bacon too. My bacon. My dog likes bacon. I don't give her a lot of bacon because I'm not sure, how much dogs are supposed to have bacon. Hello, Neptune. My dad used to put bacon grease on the dog's food. He said it gave them a shiny coat. I don't have a comfort food, just any food will do. Ohio keto Boston cheesecake would do. It's mostly cream cheese. You know, as much as I like cream cheesecake, the cream cheese filling type of stuff, I don't eat hardly at all, and I really like it, but I seldom ever have it. Bacon grease. Later, gotta go. Later, John. Catch you later. Thank you for stopping in. Taco meat, sour cream, shredded cheese, and whole. Sometimes avocado, usually not. Yeah, that's good too. Yep. Yeah, you could almost have that. Yeah, you could have that for on carnivore. I'm not sure about the spices in the taco meat, but why not? Sour cream would be carnivore. Shredded cheese is carnivore. It might cause you to retain a little bit of fluid. if you're sensitive to cheese, but it's still carnivore. And it's definitely keto with the avocado. Yeah, with keto, you could add a little bit of lettuce and just make yourself like a salad type dish with it. I used to do that a lot on keto. Pork rinds on the side, yeah, definitely. I gotta pick me up some pork rinds. I'm missing my pork rinds. Oh, you put a picture of your cat and dog in Discord? Oh, I want to look. I love pictures of people's pets. Pets. Let's see. Oh, he's so cute. What kind of dog is that? It's something like a beagle. Aw, pretty cat too. So pretty. Yeah, I give my pets. They love the pork rinds, both of them, both Money and Baby. But it's not something I give a lot to them about. But they do like the crunch. They're cute. Simpson, Sam, my dog, and Luna, my cat. I did not make the cat bad. This is my sister-in-law's creation. She's very talented. Aw. Like a beagle. Crunch, 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 crunch. I don't think any of you guys sleep either. You guys say, "Grandma, when do you sleep?" I don't think anybody here sleeps. I think we're all on the same sleeping schedule. I did have fun this morning debating a vegan. I won, and he's gonna stop fasting. Oh, John. Yeah, I thought so. People. You know, my mother was a diabetic, and that was one of the things that she could eat was pork rinds. There was no sugar, no carbs. Yeah, yeah. That's one of the things I get from potato chips is that salty crunch. And so when I'm back on doing this, back on my diet, I always reach for the pork rinds because it gives me that what I crave that I was getting from potato chips, I get it with my pork rinds. And when I am doing cheese, or when I'm doing keto, and you can have a little bit of peanut butter. You can't have a lot because you'll get fat from the peanut butter. To put a little bit of peanut butter on pork rinds, oh, so good. Oh, I fall asleep. You're not the only one, Amy. Someone else does it too. My granddaughter, she likes listening to my voice because she says that it soothes her to sleep. I said, well, I don't know if that's good or bad, but if you're using it, honey, to listen to my voice to fall asleep, you go right ahead. But she's doing it for a totally different reason than you're doing it, but it's still cute. As a matter of fact, she's one of the reasons why I started making them longer because I used to just do them for like an hour or two. I said, Grandma, you need to make them longer because when you stop talking, I wake up. So you need to make them longer so I stay asleep. Oh, okay. So I'm going to have a live all night long just for you. Just for you, Allie. Just for you. But she also said put music in the background. But then I did that, and I had to delete it because YouTube said nope, can't have that music. I had some soft piano music in the background and couldn't do it. I put Casey's kitty in Discord. Let's see. Oh, God, those two. Oh, yeah, they're both gray, but one's a little different. Yeah, I love the long-haired cats. They're so pretty. I miss having a kitty cat. I miss having a kitty cat. I think everyone has seen my baby, right? Everyone's seen your baby. Yeah, sound asleep. Oh, I was gonna say I'd wrap it up in the blanket, but I don't see it. Yeah, I'll put my shirt on you, okay? There. I need to get baby awake because she sleeps at. I know, right? Yeah. After this live, I'm doing something outside, so she'll be outside with me, so that'll keep her awake for a while. Boy, someone happened to say, "Oh yeah, all baby do is sleep," and it's like not always. No, she can be a handful. She can be a handful when she gets into that licking mode. It's like, oh my god. I try not to really. I try not to say no to her so much. I like to pick my battles because she was really afraid of everything when we first got her. She was skittish about even if you looked at her. So in 2 years, she has come so far, that I don't get after her too much. When she goes, if she's going to do something that's dangerous, of course, I'm going to get after her. But oh my God, if I get after her, even if I say, no, get away from the gate, she's just zoomed, gone, hides for about 4 or 5 hours. So I try not to get after her too much. So I just let her do her thing. But if you would have met her 2 years ago, you would have been like, oh my God, that's so sad. She would just shake all the time. She was just so scared. And she would go underneath the furniture and just shake. Yeah, we have a skittish cat like that. Yeah. So for her to come forward and kiss and love on me, she wasn't doing that a year ago. Yeah, she's come out of her shell. She's fun. She's funny. She's very loving and very sweet. And, a lot of people say, oh, just stop her from looking at your face. That you shouldn't let her do that. No, no, you don't understand. I want her to feel free to be able to do that. And it's okay because she wouldn't have done that a year and a half ago. Right. So this is her, and she's fun. Before she was so skittish, and she didn't even know how to be a dog until we got money. We got money about a month later, and money helped her get out of some of that skittishness too. So now when they go outside, it's like money runs, and then baby's zooms right behind him. You know, yeah, yeah. See, she was like that at first. It was like a lot of coaching, getting her out from under the couch and out from underneath the dining room chairs. And she wouldn't even eat out of a bowl or drink water. I had to hand feed her water for a long time. She didn't know how to drink water out of a bowl, which I thought was so strange. Now, she's used to these metal bowls, so she's starting to eat and drink her water out of the bowls. But if I was to bring another bowl and replace these two, oh my goodness, she won't touch. Nope, she won't do it. She won't touch it. I'll have to go back to hand feeding. I've been hand feeding her for about 2 years. She still now and again will grab a bite and then run and hide with it and eat it, which I find very odd. But she had to do that. She was stuck in a box with there was 8 cats in one little box. Can you imagine 8 cats? 8 chihuahuas in one little box. And they had to go snatch up a piece of food and run and get into a corner to eat it. So sad how they were living. Oh, you just got to give them space and give them lots of love. And who knows? No one knows why that cat's skittish. It might have been a feral cat. Stayed hidden and didn't have human contact. They got to know that you're okay, that you're safe, that you're not going to hurt them. Exactly. She was outdoor only. Now she's indoor, but our other cat is being mean to her. Oh, and that's gonna be a reason why she tied. Yes, stitch markers are your friend. especially if I'm doing like long chains and I got to do like 200. You think I really want to count 200 over and over again? Uh-uh. Stitch markers. Guys, I'll be right back. I'm back. Maybe. Most were what they call feral. Yeah. Big ass babies now. They don't live out. They don't live in outdoor fear. Oh yeah. Yeah. I had a cat long ago that they said was a feral cat. They were born, but they were born inside, but in a cellar. They thought that their cat was dead, that or gone, lost, but in reality, the cat was down in the cellar having a litter of kittens, and they only happened to see the kittens one day running around down in the cellar playing. Oh, hello, Keto. Hello, Dustin. And lo and behold, they had a whole bunch of kittens, but they were all feral. And I ended up getting one of those kittens. But after a while, after I would say about 2 weeks, that cat was a delight, was playful and came chasing after the kids. That was great. I missed your live this morning. Sorry, sorry. But I'm going to watch it in the replay. So I have hope for animals that are they claim are feral or. But I am curious on Michelle's new rescue pet, that little Chihuahua. I know. I'm curious too. it's gonna, he'll get settled in and he'll develop a routine and he'll be fine. Right now, he doesn't have a routine. He doesn't know what to think. He's got to get settled into one. This is where he could either turn into, you know, a really brat kind of a chihuahua, or it can be a sweet chihuahua. Uh, we were a few ago. We were talking about our comfort foods. Now that you're on carnivore keto, what are your comfort foods? I think the majority of people were saying bacon. Bacon was definitely one of their comfort, or something with bacon in it anyway. Yeah, I'll be curious to see Michelle later to find out. Wow, 15 people in here. Well, well, well. Welcome in. Anybody else have any comfort foods? Whether it's keto or American Standard Diet or carnivore, when you're not feeling good, and what is that one thing that you go for, you reach for? That's so complicated, isn't it? Cake. Meatloaf cake. I'm gonna have me some meatloaf cake. Meatloaf cake later this weekend. Later this week. Easy as a pack of hot dogs in the air fryer. I've never tried hot dogs in the air fryer. I usually either fry them in the fry pan or nuke them in the microwave. Oh, it's raining in Texas. I'm sure they need the rain. Hot dogs wrapped in bacon in the air fryer. Oh, I gotta try that. I have bacon and I have hot dogs. And I have an air fryer. I never thought to do that. Oh, yum. Now that would be my comfort food right there. Something that was quick and you didn't have to waste a lot of energy on, because after all, when you're sick or got a cold, you don't have a lot of energy. Uh, I get I look for hot dogs that have very low in carbs, and Oscar Mayer Classics is that. Someone was saying another one. Can't remember the brand now. There's another one out there that has low carbs. Yeah, doing carnivore. Usually they say 10 carbs, but I try to go as low as possible with my carbs doing carnivore. I try to keep it even under 5. So if a hot dog, if I'm eating, oh, Top Dog Original is 0 carbs. I'm gonna have to try to find those. Top Dog Original. When I get hot dogs, whatever is the cheapest except for chicken. Yeah, I just don't want the carbs. If I was on keto and allowed myself the 20, because I used to do keto with 20 to 30, and I wouldn't go over that, then it would open the doors a little bit more with the hot dogs, definitely. Simona Bankova, do you have a story when people were walking in line and someone suddenly stopped and everyone bumped into each other? I'll leave that up to the floor. Do you guys all have a story? I'm a watching. I hear that happens on the highway a lot. Someone will brake for an animal, and then everyone just bumps into each other. Uh, there's got to be a comedy skit in there somewhere. As a mother, and you have 4 children, they're all younger. You say, "All right, kids, let's go. Let's get in line, oldest to youngest, or youngest to oldest." And then you start to head out the door, but you stop quickly, and they all just, there's my story. I told 2 stories, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah, that's my 2 stories. So top dog, top dog. Wonder if we even have them around here. Top dog, original, original, original hot dog. Oh, they're gluten free, filler free, made with natural ingredients. Top dog. I had 7 kids. I would have never got them into a line. Uh, 7 kids. Wow. Hmm. Any chocolate ground meat, veg tomato has been seasoned and formed into a tube. Most are smoke cured with only hard foods that may be made fresh, cooked, or semi-dry or cooked. They're just explaining what a hot dog is. Uh, 30 hot dogs of these top dogs. Yeah, they're all beef, kosher style, 5 pounds, 30 hot dogs for $45. $45. So that's like a dollar something a piece, $1.50 a piece. Mama Cindy, bless you. Yeah, 7 kids, she needs to be blessed. Could be 1 gram of carb, then 1 5 or so when you minus the 5 for 0. Yeah, I do Oscar Mayer. Yeah, 7 kids, 15 kids, and so far 5 great grandkids with another one on the way. I got one great grandchild, just one that I know of. Let's put it that way. Yeah, we bought cases out there. The pack was a dollar for 10 wieners. Still, only eat them as a treat, maybe once a month. I have wieners. I have hot dogs at least for 1 meal a week. At least 1 meal. But sometimes 2 meals, like 2 lunch meals. Yeah, I don't think anything wrong with that. Yeah, no, I'm not a rich person. I'm on Social Security, um, and there's no way I can have a ribeye steak for every meal. Like you see on a lot of those YouTube channels, they're eating all these nice thick steaks, and it's like, yeah, that's not me. That's not me. Or they have all these nice big thick roasts, you know, piled up in their refrigerator. It's like, no, that's not me. Me, I have. You're gonna see. I have probably some hamburger meat, some stew beef, some chicken, and hot dogs and bacon and eggs. That's what I pretty much live on because that's within the reality of my, my world at right now. Yeah, I don't know how many YouTube videos I watch, their meal preps and stuff, and it's like, you know, I can't even afford that once a month. You're telling me that's what you have often? It's like, yeah, okay, you're definitely in a different world than what I'm at. That's why it's hard to believe some of these YouTube channels because they're not in my reality. I mean, I love watching them all cook these big, lovely, great meals, but that's not my reality. That's that's my dream world. And then there was one carnivore person. And I'm not trying to knock anybody down. They're within their means. They can do it. Just that I can't do it. I want to see people do it the way I can do it. But there's this one YouTuber that they go to Costco and they get this massive box of chuck roast meat. And they'll get like a couple of them for the month. They'll get it. They go and they get it for the month. And then she brings them back and she cuts it all up and she weighs it, for her and her husband because they're both carnivore. And that's what they live on for the month. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's not I cannot, I can't afford to buy one of those boxes. That's insane. Yeah, exactly. I actually did a prep before this. I got to edit it. I did a prep video. But yeah, it's a hoot. A ribeye for breakfast and tomahawk for steak dinner. What? Yeah, exactly. That isn't my reality. I can't do that. I'd like to be able to do that, but the reality is I can't. I don't live that way. I'm sorry, folks. If I can afford a ribeye, the last time I had a true ribeye was my daughter got me one for Mother's Day. You know? Yeah, right. And so to watch these prep videos and everyone's cooking these great, wonderful steaks, I'm like, yeah, that's not going to happen. Or tomahawk. I saw, I think it's Dr. Chafee, of course, the Dr. Chafee. He can cook those tomahawk steaks every night for dinner if he wants to. He's a doctor. I can't do that. So it's like, yeah, it must be nice you can do that. Okay. All right, now reality, please. That's his reality. Yeah, about 2 years ago, I guess it was, I got my husband a tomahawk steak. It was so costly, but it was on sale. It was one of those items where, oh, we got to sell this within the next before tomorrow, or else it goes in the trash type thing. So it was like 50% off. Okay, so I bought him one just to surprise him, and he absolutely went gaga over that thing. Yeah, I can't afford that either. Just like Ken Berry says, even your cheapest hot dogs are healthier than eating chips. Yes, that is so true. Yeah, exactly. Call it chop steak. Meat is just so expensive. It's like insane how expensive it is. And you have to you have to get your really inexpensive meats. Like I got some ground pork. It's just ground pork. It's not ground sausage meat. It's just ground pork. Now I'll take that at some point and I'll just go ahead and make it in some form or another. I might make muffins, where you throw a little bit of scrambled eggs on top of all of them in a muffin tin, throw them in the oven, something. I'll do something with it, but it's inexpensive. It only cost me about $2.50 for a whole package. It's like a pound package. That's my reality, people. That's cheaper than hot dogs, and I'll get more meat than I did in the 10 pack of hot dogs. I don't even think it's yeah, it might be 10 pack. I know. I remember when they were 10 cents a piece, and that wasn't too terribly long ago. Used to be um, less than 10 cents. Yeah, just a few weeks ago they were 30 cents. Yeah, I get them by the case for my granddaughter because that's her comfort food. Now she doesn't use the spice pack that comes in them. She just likes the noodles, and she'll do her own thing with the noodles. She'll throw them in her own homemade soup, but for the price, when you buy them by the case, it's only pennies per each pack. Yeah, you don't need to use the spices. She just uses the noodle and throws it into something like another soup she's made. I call my cup of soup noodles. I call my cup of noodles my lazy food when I'm too damn lazy to get up and cook. I have never gotten into them ever. I probably counted my entire life on one hand that I got into them. But my kids and my grandchildren all love them, so I buy them a lot. And I buy different ones. I buy some of the Asian ones sometimes, but I never got into them. I don't know why. I just never thought to. I'm more of the person. I get more satisfaction. Open like macaroni or something, and put sprinkled cheese on it. Call it a meal. Throw some butter, sprinkle some cheese on it. I'm good to go. Chopped steak. I like that, Barbara Jean. Chopped steak. Just make a meat patty and call it chopped steak. My problem is I only like one brand and one type of meat, and it's Nissan's cup of noodles with shrimp. Now I did try. Um, Now I don't know if it was Nissan's cup of noodles, but it was a noodle with shrimp, a cup of noodle with shrimp, and I was like, okay, so where's the shrimp? I couldn't find no shrimp in it. I was like, maybe I was supposed to put the shrimp in it myself. I just never got it, so I just never bought them again. with the shrimp. I love the healthy Kraft macaroni and cheese. It's so easy and so good to me. Uh, you will see those recipes on TV dinners with Salisbury steak. That's right. I remember that. It ain't nothing but chopped steak. What's what some type of gravy? Yeah, with some type of gravy on it. Yeah, a watered down gravy, no less too. I love Kraft macaroni and cheese, but I will not eat homemade macaroni. You won't eat, but I will not eat homemade macaroni and cheese. Ah, my kids all love my macaroni and cheese. That would be, yeah, that would be my probably all my kids' comfort food. My son, who lives now in Texas, he's written to me, Mom, how do I make your macaroni and cheese? Hey Barbara, how are you? Love you. Oh, thank you. I'm good. I'm just got a wicked cold right now. A really head cold. And I'm living in a fog. But I'll get over it. I always do. But thank you. Yeah, it could be. But I'm still holding out. I'm still holding there. Still doing my thing. Well, thank you. I'm trying. I'm going to get rid of this belly. I'm going to get rid of it. It's the last thing I do on earth. This will be gone. I've been big all of my life. It would be nice to actually, have a time because I'm 65. I don't have much time left. Yep, one day at a time. That just means I have a lot of time left if I do one day at a time. uh, uh. Thoughts going on in my head right now. Bad. Uh, I'll spend the rest of all my life getting down to being skinny mini, and then I'll die. But I'll die happy that I got a chance to see me smaller than what I am now. Yeah, everyone keeps talking about bacon in the air fryer. I got to do that. I did it, I want to say it was yesterday, but it just seemed like it took forever to cook. So I took it out and fried it in the frying pan. Um, Good old bacon and eggs. That's right. I have that every day. Like my go-to. I have it. I have 2 meals a day, and I eat within a 4-hour window usually, 4 to 5 hour window. And one of those meals is going to be bacon and eggs. One of them, or it might be a hamburger patty with an egg on my hamburger patty with some bacon beside it. That's going to be one of those two is my go-to. Sometimes I do scrambled eggs too, and in those scrambled eggs, sometimes will be diced up bacon or bacon on the side. Yeah, I haven't done that yet either. I'm worried that it would come out dry, because I like my hamburg patties very red inside, so it's bloody. And I don't know if the air fryer would actually cook those patties too fast or something. But I've never tried it. Yeah, I love scrambled eggs. I have them sometimes. I like them nice and fluffy. And to be truthful, one of the reasons why I do a fried egg and flip it just so that the other side is like flip easy, and then take it right out of the pan is because I like the juice of the yolk to drizzle over my hamburger patty. It's almost like I'm using it as I guess more of a, what do they call that? Like a condiment, as if the egg yolk was my mayo or my ketchup. Um, it depends. If I go to Costco and I get Costco hamburger meat, I'll make my own, and I package them up. Most of the time, I make my own. But on occasion, if I get a good deal it's just that hamburger patties are so expensive. But I've gone either way. It doesn't matter as long as it's got enough fat, like 80/20 fat ratio. Everything right now is unreal. But I'm going to Costco later this week, so I'm going to pick up more meats. I never understand how my wife can have a few chips and put them away. I have to leave them alone completely. I can't have just a few chips. It's like I'll walk away with that whole bag, and that'll be my lunch and dinner and breakfast, and until they're gone. It's usually about the same thing, really. I eat today. I chopped up some stew meat. I made it finer, so it's not quite hamburg because it's a thicker cut with stew meat, and had a couple of fried eggs, but with it, and I chopped up some bacon and cooked that with the chopped up stew meat, and I called that dinner. Later tonight, I might have, because I eat later in the day, my lunch, dinner/dinner, and then I have a meal like about 8 o'clock at night, because I stay out until 3, 4 o'clock at night. So my dinner is about 8, and I plan on having some chicken. Um, it's chicken breast meat, but it's cut in strips, and then I wrap it up in bacon and bake it. and that's what I'm having later on tonight. I guess you call them something like a chicken finger, maybe, but wrapped in bacon and baked. That's for dinner tonight. Yeah, like Lay's potato chips, you can't eat just one. No, you can't. That's one of my favorite chips right there. Yeah, I've done that. I'll roll them in like, I take a few pork rinds, crush them, and then I'll do the same thing. I might roll my chicken finger of meat, strips of chicken, in through some egg, throw some crushed um, pork rinds on it, and bake those. I've done those before. Potato chips and radishes. The last time I had radishes was I was craving for some fried potatoes, and I don't eat fried potatoes because it was white, so I didn't eat at the time. It was eating white vegetables, but I did take radishes. I cut them in half, and then I fried them in a frying pan like you would a fried potato. Those were so good. And then I fried different meats and with it. But fried radishes, guys, fried in some butter or some olive oil. Yeah, I do use a cast iron pan. Yeah, they were good cooked though, because I would have never have thought in a million years to cook radishes because I always ate them raw until I found that recipe. Yes, roasted radishes are good too. But that was back in the day when I was doing keto. I'm not doing keto right now. I'm doing carnivore. Now, I don't know if I would like just plain fried radishes. Whenever I made fried radishes, they were always with some a different recipe that I would do fried potatoes in. Like I have this one recipe that is fried potatoes, then you take any kind of sausage or kielbasa, anything, and you chop it all up. And not like I do, Mason, not like I do on carnivore. I feel like keto, like it's slower. For me, keto was slower, and I really had to pay attention to my carbs because you can go over. So I used to try to keep my carbs on keto under 20, and but it opened the window to a lot more food. But I am very carb sensitive, and it was just taking way too long to lose a pound. It would take me a month on keto, whereas on carnivore, if I'm strict, I've been known to lose like 25 or more pounds in a month. Right? on average about 15 to 20 pounds a month on keto versus on carnivore versus keto. Keto would only be so if you wanted to lose weight slower, because some people believe that you have to lose your weight slower. Okay, then keto. If you want to lose your weight and become healthier quicker, then I would say carnivore. But I know when I lose my weight and I'm healthier, then I'd switch over to keto. But it'd be probably more like ketovore. Because I do want to have a little bit more variation of food intake. I won't go crazy because I'm carb sensitive, but I can still, if I feel like having broccoli, I can have, a few pieces of broccoli. If I feel like using an onion in my hamburger and make a dish, I can do that, or a tomato, or mushrooms. You just can do a little bit more. Just got to be a little careful. But when I did keto, if I did keto, when I was doing keto and it worked, it was because it was intermittent fasting. And I did OMAD 1 meal a day with keto, 1 meal a day. And then I couldn't just do keto and have like your normal 3 meals a day type of stuff. It had to be within a window. And then I would be okay doing keto. But carnivore was faster and better, and I felt the healthiest. I would still have some of my foot pain and stuff when I was doing keto as well. And it would go away when I did carnivore. So it's going to be a minus, it falls in line where you have to learn your body. You have to know what foods is making your joints hurt and your muscles hurt. It's definitely a food for me. I haven't figured them all out yet, but that's when you go clean with like beef, butter, eggs type of thing and bacon. You do clean, and then you start introducing things like what you would want to eat. What are your favorite foods on Keto, and once you've got everything clean, you start introduce muffins, mushrooms. Does mushrooms bother you? Is it going to make your joints hurt? Are you going to be in pain? And if not, after a couple of days and everything goes fine, mushrooms aren't a problem for you. Maybe it's onions. You try onions. Try cucumbers another time for a couple of days. And you have to learn what your body likes and or dislikes. If it doesn't like it, you're gonna gain weight, or you're gonna stall. You're not gonna lose any weight. Too much sugar gives me pain. Yes, exactly. And also, some vegetables will do the same for me too. My brother is definitely allergic to tomatoes, and maybe that's. I love tomatoes. Maybe that's one of the problems that I might have. You know, that bothers me and gives me joint pain. It's known to. The seeds and skins are known to, for a lot of people, cause problems with joint pain. So everyone just has to figure it out, and everyone's different. That's why one person's diet isn't going to be the same as another person. You have to figure it out. I mean, I say you have to. You don't have to, obviously, but for those people that figure it out, like I see John's trying to figure it out, what his triggers are, what works best for him. For him, fasting probably works the best for him. Doing 2, 3 days. I don't like fasting. I like food. I don't want to fast for 2, 3, 4 days. I don't have to, but OMAD, man, I would have this one heck of a nice salad doing OMAD because you eat up, you feast. But then that's it. You cut your windows of eating off. And my body loved that. It thrived on doing that. So, you just have to figure it out. Exactly. Some people get severe pains. I love to take butter and sauteed mushrooms, add onions together and put it over meat. Yeah, I do too. But see, once you're a person and you figured out, oh my goodness, salads and plants, I hurt every time I eat, but yet it doesn't hurt when I eat potato chips. Guess what? I'm going to be the person that's going to feast off potato chips because I can't eat that food, you know? So you got to learn what you can eat and then go healthy. I like doing the 20-day. Yeah, not a lot. That works for you, John. That's great. But a lot of people can't do that. I'm one of those. It's not so much I can't do it, it's that I don't want to do it because I like having something in my mouth. Don't you think it's freaking weird that just 40 years ago and back, no one seemed to be bothered by their food, far less obesity. Who heard of anyone in pain that wasn't 99 years old? That's because now these companies are adding all kinds of crap to our food, for one thing, and even our vegetables and all that type of stuff. Even those are now engineered to grow. You know that they're combining all this different stuff to make bigger and better. Vegetables because people like them bright red instead of the a, a a dreary orange or something. They want the bright red, beautiful. So everything is now genetically changed. And what do you think that's doing to our bodies now? When you think about it, yeah, all those years ago, now you can buy a tomato and leave it on your counter, and it'll last for months. you know, they make food now that can last forever. Loaf of bread, does it ever go bad anymore? I remember seeing bread that after about 4 or 5 days, your bread goes moldy. Hell, now I can have a loaf of bread for a month before it starts to grow mold on it. If that's what they're doing to our food, can you imagine what it's doing to us? Yeah, I believe in fasting. Fasting is king. Too, I fast 18 hours day, almost days, but I don't do it on purpose. Yeah, it's not hard for me to do an 18-hour day to day. And that's pretty much what I do every day. It might even be 20, 20 hours between when I my window. It might be a 20-hour window because I'll try to eat about 4 and then my last meal will be around 8. And I like to try to get in my last meal before I do lives at night. So about 9 o'clock usually I'm eating. Also, people live a more sedentary life. They've got machines that do everything. Yeah, look at kids nowadays. Gosh, at least when we were younger, we were forced to go outside and play. The kids nowadays stay inside on their tablet and they play games all day. They're addicted to looking at a tablet or their cell phone. You know how many times I'd be sitting at dinner with all my kids. I'll invite them over for dinner, and everyone's sitting, and everyone goes on their cell phone. It's like I look around. I'm like, really, really, and you gotta go into Discord family chat and say, is everyone gonna eat dinner? Can anyone put down their cell phones? I'm in UK. It's 9. It's 9 now at night here. Oh, okay, yeah. what I like about doing fasting, all I have to do is make my electrolytes, no shopping, no prepping, etc. Yeah. You go outside and play chase and tag, blind man's bluff. Yep. Riding bikes around. Yep. Get your ass outside. Be right back. Yes. Oh. The adults hung out inside and the kids all had to play outside. That don't happen anymore. I'm doing this summer. You played outside in the sprinkler. Yep. I remember playing. We'd have one of those sprinklers that went like this, and you'd run through it. Drank from the hose when you got thirsty. Yes, I've done that more than once. That's right. You just didn't go inside. If you went inside, your mother might put you to work um, scrubbing the toilet bowl with your toothbrush or something. Uh, oh yeah, yep. Sprinklers, yep. Slip and slide. I think I have a slip and slide in my garage right now for my grandkids. Only it didn't work all that great. Really need a little downgrade. My yard's all like bumpy. Times have changed, guys. All those days are long ago and totally forgotten. Some of us will bring it up now and again and remember how much fun it was. I remember too that my one of the rules was you had to be in the house when we saw the street lights come on. We had to go in the house. We had to stay outside until the street lights came on, and then it was time to go in. But then it was time just to get dressed, bathe and go to bed. I'm going to be doing that this fall, Cave Woman. I'm going to be joining. Well, it's not the gym, but it's the YMCA to do some swimming aerobic stuff. I need to. I want to be able to do it where I don't depend on other people to drive me. I want to be able to drive myself. So that's one of the things that I'm doing now. So when I can drive myself, everyone can say, "Well, you need to do this. You need to do this." Yes, but I need to be independent first. Like I want to go to the park and walk, or go to different places to walk and do my walks, but I can't until I'm independent. Yes, I remember playing with dolls. Yep. Too much walking is too much on my joints, so I'm going to do swimming as I have. Yeah, I have that much to lose too. Whack, probably more. I've always enjoyed walking, so that's one of the reasons why that's like my go-to. But I don't want to be in pain because I'm walking. That's the part I'm trying to avoid, and I need to stop pushing myself. I'm trying to make it so it's like before when I was like 30 and I could go to and walk 5 miles a day. I can't do that anymore. I can't just jump into doing that kind of walk anymore. It's impossible. But I keep trying to push myself to walk further. Yeah, I need to go too. Love you too, Mason. Yeah, I meant to only be here for 2 hours, and it's been about 2.5 hours. You're doing good with your small walks. It's better than sitting all day. Exactly. My whole thing is that I don't want to not be able to walk to the kitchen. I don't want assistance walking to the car. So, do I really need to walk around the block? I don't. What I need to do is stay mobile so I can at least walk the distance from the car to maybe the shopping area. Maybe walk enough so that I can walk around inside of like Walmart. If walk around inside Walmart would be nice because they don't always have a cart, and when they don't have a cart, guess what? I have to go home. So I would love to be able to, if there's no cart, that's okay. I can walk through the store of Walmart. I want to be more independent. Yes, that's my goal. And I am trying to figure out how to drive that darn car if it'll ever start. Well, guys, I think I am going to go ahead and close down, shut down, and I'll be back. You know me, I'll be back in, let's see, it's 4:30 ish. So I'll be back in like about another 5 hours. Be back in about 5 hours and we'll get to do this all over again. So thank you for coming by, Cave Woman. Thank you. Thank you, Mason and Barbara Jean. It's great having you here. And John. I love you guys all. You guys are so, so great. I love you too, Barbara Jean. Love, love, love. And I hope to see most of you, if not all of you, later on tonight. Nikki's going to come back to finding us all gone. See you all later. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 2.